Hey, welcome to the latest episode of the Stay Informed podcast. We're your hosts of Stay Informed. I'm Tom.
And I'm Jessica. Today we'll be talking about dealer rewards.
So Jessica, what are dealer rewards?
Yeah, so dealer rewards refer to initiatives by lenders to recognize or compensate high-performing dealers in their network. What that means is that we want to make strong partnerships, ensure that lenders are really focused on their customer, which is the dealer, and so making sure that that relationship is really strong.
And when you say high performing dealers, what does that actually mean?
Yeah, so from our perspective, we look at a lot of different data attributes like clean deal jackets, data that is submitted without defects, making sure that the dealer is looking from a performance perspective, as well as we score all our dealers across all of our contributor database to ensure that they have really seamless straight-through processing and making sure that they're stating income as expected. Most of the time, lenders look at dealers from the lens of how their loans are performing. That's really great from the perspective of understanding the long-term benefits. But as we all know that you can maybe get one employee come in and maybe the performance of a loan is not affected because of that region or that market. However, operationally, because if you don't have a great training system or compliance put together, you may also have some ups and downs if you hire a couple of employees that are not trained appropriately.
Why, as a lender, would I want to start a dealer rewards program? How do I incentivize a dealer?
So I think oftentimes there's different types of rewards that you can go, monetary rewards or bonus, cashbacks offering. But then it's also just recognition of a dealer performing well. I think from a consumer side, you're thinking about a dealership experience, and not everybody is running to, have that in-person dealership experience. You often think of, long lines, 8 hours in the dealership, and you just kind of don't want to do it. So having others recognize a dealership for outstanding customer experience, as well as performance on their portfolio, and also being really great from a compliance perspective and a tactical operational perspective makes people feel more comfortable with them. I do care about the dealer journey, and so they want to make sure that they understand their journey as well as perspective to make sure that their partnership is strong. So really it's a win-win for them.
Well, that sounds so exciting. The idea that you as a lender can put your foot on the scale and actually create even more incentives for dealers to perform well. I can even see the benefits there for compliance.
Yeah. So how do you think we can improve our decisions while becoming more efficient and more compliant?
If you are a dealer who has a clean deal jacket, you're a dealer who has really robust compliance checks, you are making the job of the lender easier, right? It helps everybody. If you're doing your compliance checks, you should be rewarded. And this is just another way to reward dealers for things that are ultimately going to benefit consumers.
Yeah, I think that's great insight. So I think from, the AI perspective of Informed and also from the compliance checks, we're reducing a lot of rework, redundant checks, making sure that any of those QA, QC items that you need to do from a compliance or audit perspective are actually done in a very streamlined way, really enhancing the process for everybody, because none of us want to be overly reporting any items that we don't need to from the perspective. And also we want to make sure that we're doing, right by our consumers. So I think really identifying dealers that are low risk really helps potentially ensure that consumers have transparency, lenders have transparency, but that we also have a fair market and that lenders have the opportunity to address certain segments within the market that maybe they potentially hadn't before because maybe that dealer wasn't expected to be performing as well.
Well, that's so interesting because what I think you're also saying is that Informed provides lenders new avenues and new tools to identify how dealers are performing well. We can automate and assess, whether redundant checks are being removed or how quality assurance is being improved. So we actually give all sorts of metrics for lenders to identify the dealers who are really working well. One of the things that dealer rewards can do is it creates new pathways for lenders and dealers to communicate with respect to compliance. Sometimes dealers don't quite know how they can help lenders with their jobs, and Dealer Rewards provides that venue. So there are scorecards, there are metrics. You can look at, for example, whether signatures are being signed or if there's a clean deal jacket. So at the end of the day, I think it's really a win-win.
Yeah, I agree. So I think that, dealer rewards, their aim is to really expand the market, improve relationships between lenders and dealers, give customers transparency, and then also ongoing opportunities for expanding their lenders' financial services because they are getting that recognition from other lenders.
Right, and I see the huge potential here of building lasting, trusting relationships. If you are rewarding dealers who are doing well, you're telling them that you recognize their good service, and it's a way to build a long-term relationship.
Exactly. So dealerships reap the rewards and incentives from these programs, and then lenders also feel like that they're strengthening their partnership and also helping consumers. So I think it's a win-win for everybody, like you said. So thank you so much for your input, Tom, and I appreciate the information. So until next time, stay informed.